everybody. My name is Josh, coming at you from Orem, Utah. Today we are going to take you through the fundamentals of the Wix editor, how to log in, how to edit text, how to edit images, how to write and publish a blog article, how to add a contact form and make sure that the notifications are going to the right place, and how to update testimonials. If you know how to do one of these things, but you want to learn something else later on in the video, please don't watch the whole video. We have timestamps, so you can find those in the notes below. Let's hop right into it. In order to log into your Wix website, you're going to go ahead to your search browser and just hit wix.com. This will bring up a login screen. In the top right-hand corner is the sign in button. Now, you'll be prompted first to enter in an email and a password if you don't have an account. But if you're watching this video, chances are you've already made a website, you're on a website, you have a login. So you're just going to click on this blue highlighted login button right there. And then go ahead and enter in your email and password. Once you do that, you will be brought to something that looks similar to this. If you don't, or if you're not seeing a dashboard that looks like this, in the top right-hand corner, you'll see a little button that says My Sites. If you click on that drop down and then you go to the specific site dashboard that you would like to visit, then this screen will be brought front and center. So that is how you log in to your Wix account and find your site dashboard. Now, let's dive into the editor. If we come up here, you can see that the site name is in bold here, and then the URL will be right below it. I'm using a test site, and we'll be using a test site for the remainder of this video. So this is not ideal design. We're simply just using this example website to show you how to do these things. So on this right-hand side, site actions, click on that drop down, and then you can see this pen tool, edit site. Once you click on that, you will be brought to something that looks like this. This is the Wix editor. And you know that we're in the editor because everything that you hover over will have a little box highlight appear around it. And you can also see these grid lines. So this means that we are in the Wix editor. So let's dive into how to change text. So let's say I come down here and there's this paragraph that I would like to edit. When you're in the editor, Wix makes it as simple as this. You just double click on that paragraph and then maybe click one more time. The text will be highlighted and this text settings toolbar will pop up. Here you can change the font type. You can change the size of the font. You can change all your typical things in a text processor, right? So if I go ahead and just highlight and delete, I can start typing my new text right here. And there you go. Once that text is completed, you'll just click away, hit save. This will save it to the editor, and it's kind of cool. Maybe we'll show you in a different video. You can revert to previous saves that you've made on your website. So if you make some edits and you've saved a lot and you don't actually like the new edits after stewing on it for a little while, you can go back to reverts edits and go to a previous version of the website. Once you've hit saved, this box will pop up prompting you to publish the website. Hitting publish is really important. That's what's going to make the changes actually visible and visible on your live website. And then once you hit publish, then you can just hit done. Now those changes are completely finished. We also have an option to edit on a mobile site, and that will be for another video, another time. All right, that is how you make basic text edits, and the same thing applies even if we're not in a paragraph and we want to edit a title or a header somewhere. Same principle applies. Now let's dive into how to edit images. We'll start with just an image that's on just a simple strip like this. Basically, to edit the image, you just click on it once and then click on Change Image. This will open up a media library. So essentially all of the photos and media that you've uploaded to your Wix site will appear here underneath Site Files. I don't have any images currently uploaded, so I might go to Unsplash, which is free stock photography that Wix offers you, and I'm just going to search for plants and see what images are brought up for me. Okay, let's say I love this image. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. I'm going to click on Choose. that image is automatically replaced. And then similar to those text edits, we're just going to hit save and we're going to hit publish. Those changes are live. Let's say I want to edit an image on a bigger banner like this. So it's not just an image that we've embedded on a single strip, but it's a big banner. I'm going to go ahead and click on that entire banner and then just click on change strip background. This is going to bring up this little toolbar. If I just click on image here, that same media library will be brought up and I'll be prompted to choose an image, either from the stock photography that Wix offers or from these site files. If you would like to add images, you probably saw this, but this plus upload media blue button at the top left-hand corner, if I click on that, I can click on upload from computer and that will bring up my computer files and I can drag and drop images from my computer onto the media library. And then same principle, once you change that strip background, you're going to hit save and publish. Let's say a strip doesn't currently have a background, but I want to add a background. So let's say it's a white strip background like this. Same thing that we did just above. Just click away from the text in the image, click on the strip in general, and then this change strip background button will pop up and prompt you to choose an image, which you can pull from your media library. So that is everything you need to know about how to change text and images on Wix Editor. Now, let us dive into how to write blog articles and publish them on your website. There's a couple different ways that we can do this. You can see up here that I have a blog page. How did I get that blog page? Well, if you click on add, and I'll move my face here, and you come down to blog, if you click and drag and drop one of these onto a blank page, then Wix will prompt you to set up a blog. I've already done that, so I'm just going to go ahead and go to menus, and I'm going to go to our blog page, which looks something like this. These are templated blog articles, so I want to get rid of these and get my own blogs up there as quickly as possible. All right, so we have our blog articles down here. How do we make or write a new blog and publish it? Once you click on the blog section right here, this manage post will pop up. If you go ahead and click on manage post, this will bring up a blog dashboard where all of your current articles will be listed in a way that you can just see them all, scroll through, who's written them, when they were written, etc. All right, so right now we just have two blog articles, and those are the template ones. If you want to delete, then just go ahead and click on that checkbox and then move to trash, and then you'll be asked to confirm that. If you want to write a new one, click on this blue button, create a new post. And then from here, it's pretty simple. If you're logged in, you'll be the author of the blog article. I'm just going to type in a test title right here, and then below, I can just start writing my content. And then if I click enter down below, let's say I want to enter in an image, I'm going to do that by clicking on that plus button. Then I'm going to use another stock photo right here. Oh, yeah, this guy in front of the plants, very dramatic. Exactly what I'm going for this dramatic test blog article. And then from here, I'm going to kind of resize this, and then I'm going to move it to the left side of the screen, and then I can just start typing the rest of my text here. Alrighty, and then I can just continue on, and once I'm done, I can also preview before I publish to make sure the blog article is looking the way that I want it to look. Let's scroll down here. This is what my blog article is going to look like. There's the title, and the author, myself, and there we go. There's an image, there's the text. Sweet, awesome. Everything that I want is there. I'm going to go ahead and hit publish. All right, I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this dashboard. Now that blog post will automatically populate on my blog page. And there we go, there it is. That is how you write and publish blog articles. Very cool, we are cruising. Next, we're going to talk about contact forms. So right now, if I go to site menu and I go to contact, every website needs a call to action or a place for people to get in contact with you, or some sort of action item for the client, right? So I've created a contact page. To put this contact form on the page, I went to plus add, and then I went down to contact and forms, and then I just dragged one of these this contact form over onto the page. Now, how do I make edits to this? Well, let's say you want to add a new field. You just click on that form while you're in the Wix editor, click on add new field. This little toolbar is going to be brought up. It's going to have different prompts of things that maybe I don't have that I want to include. So let's say I want to include an address. I'll just click on plus address. That's going to add this little box right below. And I'm going to go ahead and just switch the places of these two things. Make sure using those Wix guidelines that it's lined up properly. I'm going to extend the box. There we go. And there you go. That is as simple as that, adding a new field to your contact form. If you want to add a new field that isn't templated like that, you can also do that just by adding a short text field and then changing the fill of text to the name of that field to whatever you want it to be. A paragraph field would be a longer box like this, and then number fields, checkbox fields, drop-down fields, so it can get pretty interactive. Now to change the design, you just click on this pen tool, you click on Customize Design. Now you can change the design for the input fields, for the Submit button down here, and for the entire form background. So let's just go into the fields just in the way of example, and let's say I just want to change this to a gray instead of a white. There we go. I've done that, and that's how you make changes. Now, just like text and images, every time I make an edit here, I just want to hit save and publish. There we go. And then this right down here, this is an interactive. Once people hit submit, this thanks for submitting button will appear, and you can go ahead and change the color of that as well just by hitting edit text, and then you can change the color right there. Now, to make sure that the contact form is going to the right place, let's click on the contact form. Now let's go to form settings, and then down here at the bottom, set up email notifications. Right now this is going to my personal email, but let's say I want it to go to somebody else. I'll click on other emails. Yes, I'm sure. And now I'm going to put in info at, just in the way of example, bigredjelly.com. Once I have that entered in, now when somebody fills out a form, that email, info@bigredjelly.com, they're going to be the ones that get notified. So I'm not getting spammed in my personal folder, but it's going through the right channels. All right, very cool. And then I would go ahead and hit save and publish. Being very thorough here. Last on our list, how to edit testimonials. Chances are that as your business continues to grow, you're going to be getting more and more testimonials, and you want to keep the most current testimonials on your website. You don't want testimonials from 5 years ago, right? So on the homepage, I've created a testimonial slider. You might have a testimonial section that looks a little bit different than this, but this is pretty common as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you how to make add testimonials to a slider like this. If you can do it on a slider, then you can do it anywhere else on your Wix website. So right now you'll notice if I click on this slider, this little blue button at the top, slide 1 of 3 pops up. You'll notice that if I try to click on those arrows to go to the next slide, nothing's happening because we're in the Wix editor. If I want to go to the next slide, I have to click on this arrow to go to that next slide, right? Okay, so I'm on slide 1. I want to change the background. I want it to be dark, and I want white text. So the image has to be dark enough and not busy so that the testimonials actually show up. So I'm going to use what we learned from earlier in the video, and I am going to, if I can move my face here, I'm going to click on Change Slide Background. I'm going to go to Image, and I'm going to go to Unsplash. Love Unsplash. And I'm going to go to Plants again. Love plants. And let's say that I just want to use this image right here. and I want to change it so it's a little bit darker so that white text shows up. So I'm going to change the color behind the image. I'm going to do kind of a dark color like that, and then I'm going to change the image opacity to 25. That's pretty dark, but I just want to ensure that that white text is showing up. And then I'm going to click on this plus button. I'm going to add text. I'm going to add paragraph text down here. I'm going to double click on that, and I'm going to change this text to white. There we go. And lastly, this text is really small, so I'm going to change it to 22 instead of 17. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. And I'm also going to center it. All right, and then just in the way of example for multi-line testimonials, I'm just going to go ahead and do something like that. Very cool. Now I'm dragging and dropping this text, and this is important, until it says, you see at the top here, attached to slide. I want to drag and drop my text until it says attached to slide. Once it's attached to slide, that little blue button at the top won't appear anymore. That means that it is good to go. And just to make sure that it's attached to this particular slide, I'm going to go to preview. I'm going to go to preview, and if I change slides and I go back, there we go. That text is now attached to that slider. I'm going to go back to editor. I'm going to click on this slider here, and I am going to go back to slide 1 where we were doing our edits. Oop, there we go. Okay, let's say I also want to get a little bit artsy. I'm going to click add, and I'm going to click on decorative, and I'm going to go to basic shapes. I'm going to go to more basic shapes. And I'm just going to search for, oh, that is not how you spell quotation. There we go. I'm just going to add these little quotation marks. I'm only going to put one set. It's a little trendy. And I'm going to change that color to a little bit of an off-white color. And I'm going to make sure that one says attached to slide as well, which it does. And then I'm just going to make sure that that's centered up. And then I'm going to copy this text box down below. I'm going to delete all of that and then write name. And this will probably just be a first name, not a last name as well. Okay, once those things are in place and everything is attached to the slide, there you go, you are good to go. Now let's say I like this format, I want to use the same background to add my other 2 testimonials. Rather than going and doing the exact same thing that we just did on that slide 1, I'm going to go to manage slides. I'm going to just delete slide 2 and 3. Those have been deleted. Now I'm going to click on duplicate slide 1. I'm going to change this to slide 2. And I'm going to duplicate again, and I'm going to change this to slide 3. Save by hitting enter. There you go. And now when I go through my slides, the same format exists. All I need to do is come in here and change the testimonial. There we go. And then once the size of that testimonial is changed, I would just kind of drag and drop the text back to where I want it to be. And as soon as these testimonials are done, you're just going to hit save and publish. There you go, everybody. In this video, we covered a lot, but we covered how to log in to your Wix website, how to get to the editor. We talked about how to change text and images. We talked about how to write and publish a blog article. We also talked about how to set up a contact form, make sure that it's getting sent to the right person. And then we talked about how to edit testimonials. These are the fundamentals of the Wix editor, pretty much everything you need to know to be able to make those basic changes on your website. Stay tuned. Big Red Jelly's coming out with more how-to videos on the Wix platform. We also have videos going over WordPress and Shopify. Those will be coming soon. My name is Josh. Thank you for watching.